Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Hard Officers Halls. I'm Kyle.
I'm Zach.
And today we are in Nagatsuta, Kanagawa, just a few stops from the lovely Machida on the Yokohama line.
Yeah.
You may remember Machida from a few episodes back. That's where my wife's family's from. And so this area is kind of like my, Japanese hometown stomping grounds kind of area, you could say. And here we are at Hard Off.
Yeah.
Our namesake.
Yeah, look at me. I'm doing a really good job of crushing that hard off sign. It's like right in the middle of my fingers.
You lined it up perfectly.
It was good.
Starting it off with a few records of the Japanese variety, and look what we have here.
So this is a record from Morning Musume, which is an idol group that I was into like a decade ago. I had this actually.
He was very into.
Yeah, more than into. I went to a lot of places, but I had that record like a decade ago. Anyway, PlayStation. Oh?
What did we find?
Yeah! Sonic Heroes on PC for... I couldn't see that price. A lot of money. It was expensive.
Like 5,000 yen, basically $50, I think.
Yeah, it was way up there. Probably worth it for Sonic Heroes.
It's a big box PC Sonic game.
Woo! And here it is again, the Initial D typing instructor game that Lazy Game Reviews covered. We found this in the Yabe Hard Off as well. So...
You know what? I'm actually terrible at typing, so maybe I should pick up one of those typing games sometime.
I'm good at typing, Kyle, so you can just go home.
You want to teach me?
Yeah, okay. Oh, what do we got here? Legend of Legaia. Came out in like the late 90s. It was really, really good. I love this game.
It's like reverse VATS, right?
Basically.
From what you explained. You pick what body part you're punching with.
Yeah, as opposed to which one to attack.
Not what you're hitting.
Oh, actually a US game, which is crazy. This is a really sweet version of Tetris though, because there's a mode where that little safari guy in the front is trying to get from one side of the screen to the other, and you have to remove blocks to let him through while these giant spikes fall. It's fun.
That's nifty.
Yeah, I played it. My dad got it for my mom because she loves Tetris, but she was like, it's in color. I only like Game Boy Tetris, so I played it.
And more Xbox games. I think we've stopped spreading the myth that you can't find Xbox games in Japan.
Yeah, that's not true at all. Oh, Lifescape for Saturn this time.
We mentioned this in a previous video.
God,
it's a real silly looking game about dinosaurs and weird bugs.
Look at that dinosaur's face. That is sweet.
We're going to play it on the channel sometime.
We're definitely making a video about this. Oh? Yeah. Thunder Force 6. It's a real good shoot 'em up for 4,000 yen, but all shoot 'em ups are expensive. I've never how RPGs are expensive in the US typically. Shooters are expensive in Japan, just always.
Shooters have that replayability.
It's true. You're learning, Kyle. You're understanding why. Speaking of shoot 'em ups, here's R-Type Final, which the sequel is coming out pretty soon here, doing that Kickstarter thing. I think it's done already.
Guess what, guys? More like R-Type, not Final, right? Because there's a second one.
I hate IRIM.
It's not Final because there's another one.
Yay.
Zach loves it.
I do love R-Type Final. It's one of my favorite shoot 'em ups, actually.
Lots of PS2 games.
Yeah, they got a good
just
selection.
The way it goes.
Dude, more shoot 'em ups. We're having a shoot 'em up festival going on here. There's some Gradius. So really,
This is one that's actually not too expensive.
Yeah, it's reasonable. 2,000 yen is not bad for a shoot 'em up at all. And it's 2 games in there too, Gradius 3 and 4.
What a value.
What a value.
Some loose PSP games.
Yeah, man.
And some boxed PSP games.
It's what I'm all about, is loose PSP games. Them UMDs. Oh.
What do we have here?
Yeah, it's that Yangus game. I actually bought this. I paid 1,000 yen for this with no instructions, like an idiot. And then today, this place had it for 5,000 yen with the instructions. So I'm gonna sell my other copy somewhere somehow. But it's a good.
I like Youngus's face.
Yeah.
It's real cool looking.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy looking in the original Dragon Quest VIII. So he looks real cute there, though. Good job, cute Yangus. PS3.
Did you see the trailer for that Dragon Quest movie that's coming out?
No, what? Oh my god.
Animated movie?
Dude.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check it out later.
Definitely. I've just been watching the Dragon Quest hero character reveal for Super Smash Bros. Over and over because it's so cool. Oh, here we go. It's a thing we're thinking about covering.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's
the Simple series.
They're basically budget games. A lot of them are honestly, I mean, they're budget games, so they're not very good, but it's still interesting to just like, I feel like that's a thing that doesn't really exist outside of Japan, is like specifically budget titles, but.
And it spawned at least one breakthrough success.
It did.
Earth Defense Force.
Yeah, and but either way, you have like, this is a samurai like action game, I think. A second ago, we had like a pirate action game. You got a few of these, right, Kyle?
I did. I picked up a few. We'll see at the end.
Yeah. And then that's another like samurai fighting game. This is a shoot 'em up, but look at this price. Didn't you yeah, I believe you got this though, actually, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you dropped some hefty cash for that thing, but it just looks really sweet, so. Rugby, okay. Learn to speak Korean, good. Earth Defense Force.
There we go.
There it is, the first one, the very first.
300 yen.
Yeah.
I picked this one up as well.
Indeed you did. Some party quiz, something or other, I don't know. There's a lot of these simple series that we've talked about this before, where they're just like board games or quiz games, like, and so those we're not quite interested in. But there's a lot of really interesting like action, like this Kamen Rider style like Sentai Hero action game thing. Look at this sweet alien's face.
That hammerhead alien dude. Can't wait to play this game. I picked this one up too.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be making a video about that one. God, that's sweet. And then we got a generic military action game.
Like Medal of Honor-esque.
Medal of Honor is...
By the look of it.
I'm glad you used Medal of Honor and not Call of Duty as the example. That really is a sign of your age, bro.
It is the PS2 after all.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. What's this, Kyle?
You're checking Mercari
Yeah.
for prices of games. So I'm interested in that shooter game, and you're like, well, let's see how much it is online.
Yeah.
You see it for 3,000 there. You see it for 4,000 some other places.
There's some that it was only like 600, which was so cheap, but I feel like whoever got that one, they just got really lucky.
You see there's a lot of variants. This isn't really an auction app. People list it for a price, and you can get super lucky.
Oh, Titanfall 2.
That's a good price. That's about what I paid for it. Oh, that's pricier, huh? That's weird.
Yeah, what?
Wait a minute.
Oh, God.
5,000 yen.
Why?
Maybe they've just been on the shelf for a long time.
I guess it had to have been.
Bloodborne. So we look at a few Western games here.
Yeah. And
because PS4 is region free.
Mm-hmm.
So you can buy Western or Japanese games here and go back and play them on your foreign PS4. Well, at least I know the US and Japan, you can play them on each other's consoles.
Yeah, I don't know about other regions, but...
And some games fully support English even if you buy it in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to show you a handy little tool here in a second.
Once we get through all these games. So...
Devil May Cry 5, that's a pretty new game. Been curious about it, but I'm not quite ready to jump at 4,000 yen, about 40 bucks.
Yeah, Devil May Cry is sweet though. I actually, for our roguelike video not too long ago, I got some footage of the original Devil May Cry for some filler footage. So
I edited that thing.
You did. Devil May Cry is a sweet series. That new Spider-Man game and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Both sweet.
Yeah.
I have both of them, but just checking them out.
Spider-Man looks like a pretty sweet game.
It's a fun time. Slinging webs, hopping around.
Yeah. I'll wait till it gets cheaper, but...
Yeah. Actually, that game's been dropping in price pretty quick.
Here it is.
So we go to Gaijin Gamers. It's a forum, and they have a thread of PS4 games in Japan and their levels of English support.
I was surprised at... Oh, that's good. Yep, that's how the site looks. That works. Close that.
Nice pop-up ad. Close that.
But...
And they're color-coded. At the beginning, we'll see
I jumped past
guide.
There it is.
Blue means full English support. Green is partial. Red is none. And bold is unconfirmed.
So, pretty nifty.
I use this a lot. Comes in handy.
Yep, it's good for people who aren't smart, like me, No,
Yeah, people like me, big old dum-dums that don't read Japanese.
That's a lie. I'm pretty dumb
Very
too.
good.
I just did a lot of studying. It doesn't really have anything to do with smart.
For people who don't read Japanese good but want to learn to read Japanese good.
Yeah. So we're in the cases now. I like that Dragon Slayer for MSX in there. That's sweet.
Real cool.
I love me some Dragon Slayer. What else do we got in here? Some Zelda. There's a Neo Geo Pocket Color game in the box. That's rare here.
Game Gear with the screen magnifier and the TV adapter for about $150.
Which is, pretty typical price, I feel like. These things
Real
are sweet.
old, like TV Space Invader console.
Because Space Invaders was so popular in Japan. I'm sure people have heard about how they had a shortage of 100 yen coins from people playing that. But it also, arcades were called Invader Houses for a while. Oh, Kirby Air Ride. What's the price going to be in this one? Why?
$70.
I mean,
that's insane.
It's a good game, but man, $70. Whew. It's a lot of money.
I think I'll pass.
We did pass on it.
Cube.
I want to play Cube. This is sweet. I was tempted to get this. It's a Japan exclusive puzzle collection of the games that are listed there: Dr. Mario, Panel Nippon, and Yoshi's Cookie. So, and it comes with a Game Boy Advance.
Adapter.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance adapter thing. I almost bought this and then I didn't. Chibi Robo.
I want it.
I want it real bad too. But we saw it for 500 yen in Hashimoto. I don't know why I didn't buy it that day, but
you're a cool little robot running around talking to frogs.
Yeah.
Pulling power cables, having a great time.
Helping a family clean their house and be happy. I also almost bought this, but then I didn't because I figured
you had to pace yourself.
Yeah, and then we found other stuff that I think would be a lot harder to find for a decent price. Super Mario Sunshine is a pretty popular game, so we'll run into it another time. Oh?
And these collections are cool. It's basically the Super Mario All-Stars, but on the Wii.
And it's 800 yen. It's so cheap.
Yeah. I should have bought it, but I didn't have a Wii yet. I found a Wii for like $10 later.
Yeah, you found one later in the day. You'll have to... If it's this cheap here, they surely have it this cheap somewhere else. You'll find it.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Oh, guess didn't pull that one out. All right. Ooh. They had a whole aisle of just like nice games in the case, basically, at this hard off. Star Soldier. Great shoot 'em up.
What was that game?
Facile, it's a tactical RPG thing. I got it for like 1,500 yen way back in the day, but it's really expensive now, apparently.
GoldenEye for about $25.
Which I think is pretty close to what it goes for in the US. I remember when I was working at a game store, it fluctuated so much. But
I've seen it go for $50 around here.
Dang.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, so many great games. Them rural hard-offs, man, get in the outskirts. It's just... this game
is pretty solid. It's giving Yabe a good run for its money.
Yeah, this game is really, really sweet. And if it's what I think it is, you just like make different sized balls and throw them at enemies, basically. We'll check that. Toy Story?
Toy Story. My friend had this game, and I always wanted it, but I never had it.
It's really good.
But for $40?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
And the Super Nintendo version or Genesis version once had an exclusive level that was basically like a Doom clone where you were carrying a little green men around and stuff.
And I love those little green men.
Yeah. Some Castlevania.
Real cool. $160. Yeah. Jeez.
Lots of Goemon. Some Sailor Moon. Bomberman. Earthworm Jim. Nice.
Yep.
You don't ever see that here. Dang. Oh, dude.
Blackthorn.
Yeah, that's a really great platformer puzzle thing.
An early game from Blizzard.
Oh. Nice. Got some Darius up there on the left too. Could shoot him up. ActRaiser. See some Kirby on the right. Looks like... Is that Contra on the left there?
Yeah.
And in the middle again. Turtles in Time. Two copies.
Like $40. I've seen loose carts of that game go for a lot less than that.
Yeah, that's a game that I feel like just is all over the place price-wise.
Mega Man X is kind of becoming that way, where you can get it for like 1,200 yen and then sometimes randomly see it for almost $50.
Yep. Something that was not talked about that's already had the shot, but I just saw Roger Rabbit for the Famicom Disk System, so that's cool. Maybe you'll get it in a second here. Gradius, that art is sweet. Oh, there it is. There's Star Wars. That's cool. And to the right there, you can see Roger Rabbit for the Famicom Disk System. This is, on the left, Torneko's Daiboken 3. It's really expensive on Game Boy Advance, turns out. So that sucks, but... Twin B. And that game on the right is called Puyan, so that's a great name. Yeah. Xevious down there?
Xevious Space Invasion. Oh, at first I thought there were 2 games in one box, but it's 2 Famicom games.
I love Xevious. N64, Super Famicom, all those boxed Super Famicom games, man. So much.
Yeah, it's like we had other stores we wanted to cover in this day.
Yeah, this was a day where I had to get on a bus back to Nagoya at like 6 o'clock, and so we were trying to get through 3 stores in one day. We did it. Oh, Kyle, you got this.
Yeah, I bought this.
It's a really good deal for that in a box, too.
It's a cool roguelike. If you haven't seen previous episodes, or if you're not familiar with it, you play the shopkeeper from Dragon Quest. It's a dungeon crawler where you get items for your shop.
It's incredible. It's so good. We'll do a video on it at some point here. And you said that was a good price for that, right?
Super Castlevania, yeah, pretty solid. I see it go for easily twice that in Tokyo, so I picked it up.
Nice. Ooh. Man,
really cool.
We were tempted by this because this game is really, really fun.
I have the loose cart. Like, I'm not a super collector. If I like a game and I have it and I can play it, I'm usually okay with it. Yeah. For now, I haven't got the big collecting bug.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to get more tempted when I see cool boxes like this.
I'm not necessarily like a hardcore like collector or anything. I'm just really OCD and want all my stuff to be in the same like format. So if I get one Super Famicom game in the box, I want them all in the box.
Look at this clean looking Chrono Trigger box for like $15. And in the US, this game's super expensive.
And that art is so cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Awesome. I bought this Dragon Quest 1 and 2 for 1,000 yen in the box on Game Boy Color.
Solid.
Yeah, man. I've been playing Dragon Quest 11 a lot, and now I want to play the old ones from that like Yoshi Town thing where you play recreations of old Dragon Quest games.
This is the spiritual successor to the Game Boy Donkey Kong game.
Nice.
It's a puzzle platformer, very similar to Lemmings. You control little Mario bots. I have the one on DS. I didn't spring for this one today. I'll buy it eventually, though.
It is really good. Landstalker. This is a really, really great, I believe, the precursor to Dark Savior for Saturn. It's an isometric like action platformer. Pretty cool. Ooh, Rockman.
And this is weird. Mega Man 2, or Rockman World 2 in Japan, it's pretty much widely considered to be the worst of all the Game Boy ones, but this one's $20 for some reason. I bought it for like 700 yen, I think.
Yeah, Elevator Action. I've actually never played Elevator Action.
I haven't either. I want it, but not for that price for the loose cart.
Darius Twin. Darius is so good.
It's a good price for it, too.
Yeah, Link to the Past.
$8.
Super Mario All-Stars, 500 yen.
Wow. I think I would have bought that if there wasn't so much other cool stuff.
Yeah, this place
choices were tough that day.
We definitely had to be selective both on time and budget. It was So I can't remember if we talked about this in a previous video or not, but Front Mission is a tactical strategy game, which we haven't mentioned, but Gun Hazard takes that, and it's a mech strategy series, and they take that mech thing and turn it into a platformer action shooter game, and it's supposed to be really, really good. Didn't buy it though. This is Emerald Dragon. We saw this in a previous video.
For PC, right?
Yeah, for PC 98 or something like that, one of those, and it's just a JRPG. Looks cool, but...
This one's for the Super Famicom.
You're for the Super Famicom.
The art for the PC version's way more metal, though.
Yeah, it's true. Oh? Oh yeah, another not Japanese game. Super Scope 6. Yeah, look at the back of the cart. Very cool.
You don't come across Western games like that.
It's like
that often.
Kaden no Kenchan in Akihabara is the only place you see like a decent selection of them.
Tons of DS games, as always.
All that intelligence somewhere inside that beautiful rows of black and white. Ooh. Some handhelds. Old DS's.
Game Boys.
Just looking for
None of them were the coveted 101 model, though, but they at least list the model numbers, which is helpful.
Yes, so you don't have to go be like, can I get this out of the case and look at it so I can not buy it, because it's definitely not the model I want.
Definitely drooled over that Game Boy Pocket, but didn't spring for it that day.
Yeah. Some Neo Geos in there. Eventually I'll pick one of those up. The thing is, you run into Neo Geo Pocket systems a lot, but you very rarely ever run into games. So I feel like if I were to pick up a system, it would just be like a torturous process of finding pachinko games that I don't need and only pachinko games.
And they had a cool version of the Hanshin Tigers baseball team.
Yeah.
Neo Geo Pocket.
Which isn't there a version of GameCube that like the rarest GameCube too? The Hanshin
Yeah,
one?
we saw one.
Yeah, in the book off in Ueno.
That's right.
PlayStation Mini, if you've ever seen one of these PlayStation Minis in person, they're adorable. You want to take it home and like rock it in a baby chair and feed it milk. It's so tiny and cute.
Even though they got a lot of backlash for how they handled everything, it is a cool looking little thing.
It is visually appealing outside, but apparently the graphic interface and emulation are all just borked. This thing.
Some serial controller.
Like, it... So, for anybody who's used the 3D controller for Saturn, the joystick feels just like that. And that's about the face you make when you touch it. It's just, it's gross. It's no good. And it's the Rust Master. Yeah! Very good.
Real mature, guys.
Way to be mature adults. Hate you. It's the Gen Con, I think it's NedgeCon, that's it. Gen Con is a convention in Indianapolis. The NedgeCon, it's, yeah, you twist it and turn it to turn left and right, I guess? I don't know. Systems?
Look at all of these systems.
Look at all of these systems. Lots of the systems.
Lots and lots of systems
Lined
up in a row.
Get a lot
Lined
of
up in a row.
systems.
How far does it go? We
knew
knew it would end with go, but we didn't know the middle part.
It's all good, man. We came together in the end. That's what matters.
Some stinky looking Dreamcasts.
Just like the one I got today. God, that thing reeks of smoke. My room smells. Oh,
look at this.
Kyle did it. Finally.
It's a new type Famicom with the dog bone controllers for about $50.
It did not have the AC adapter, but wait a minute. You will.
But I was like, we are in a hard off. I'm going to put it in the basket. We're going to check the junk section and see if we can get lucky.
Maybe we do, maybe we don't. You'll find out.
Here in a minute or two.
Ooh. I got a towel around my neck because it's so hot outside.
It was real hot and humid that day.
Awful. Super Scope, sweet. You can use that with your HD TV to shoot at things on the Super Nintendo. It works really well. 1,000 yen, that's good.
He's joshing you, folks. You need a CRT.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you're gonna play these games, you need a really big CRT. Like.
But I saw recently that company that makes those new HD versions of the Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
they're making a Super Scope.
I did see that. This thing, we had never heard of this before. It's called
a sports game console.
It's just sports. It's called the Zavix Port. Zavix Baseball.
This one comes with like a baseball batting sim.
Very strange. Yeah.
Baseball is huge in Japan, so I can't say I'm all that surprised that people would have this in their house. Except
in a minute here, I believe we got footage of it. There were also a bunch of other sports game accessories for this. Very weird.
In the junk section. We could have bought the whole collection, man.
Part of me would be tempted to buy it and actually make a video about it, but at the same time, that's a lot of space to take up just to be like, yeah, this is just a crappy Wii ripoff.
Those little PS1s are like nostalgia machines, man.
I played so much of that in the car with the screen on it.
And white PS2s. Ooh.
Yeah, that thing is really nice looking. It's almost worth the price tag. Oh!
This thing. Yeah. Playcom Go.
Playcom
Pokemon Go.
So Pokemon Go, as you know, is a smartphone game. And you call one of these Famiclones a Gokanki. And so it's the Playcom Gokanki. It's a really, really, really jank and ripped off. But we did buy it because it has 30 games in it, apparently.
Yep. And it was $10. So expect a video about this also.
About that little guy squatting in his cool gym shorts.
Mostly that guy.
Mostly that guy. Ah, here it is again. It's our favorite DVD player.
But what's this?
It's
a color variant.
A variant. It's in black now.
Zach, do we have to start collecting these Disney DVD players?
Dude, absolutely. We're not doing video games anymore. We're the Disney DVD player channel. Dude, this thing is sweet.
An SVHS player. Look at all those meters and knobs.
And so for a little bit here, you get to see me pick up incredibly heavy electronics equipment.
This is my favorite part of any trip to a hard off. Make Zach pick up heavy stuff.
I am not exaggerated when I try and pick these up, but I'm just like, oh god, wait. This is just massive. Like, their beta players and S-video players are all just so bulky. This was huge too.
This was a Laserdisc. Oh, this was a DVD, video CD and CD player.
Yeah. Very heavy. God. I'm always terrified I'm gonna drop them, even though I wouldn't. I mean, like, I'm not, my hands work, but it's like,
here's a DV cam player for like $500.
God, it was really heavy too. I don't know what it is about just like bulky, heavy, obsolete media players, but they do have their charm.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, you can.
And some old music and DJ equipment and mixers.
You could put together.
Just fun to look at.
Yeah, you could put together a studio pretty easily at a hard off, for sure.
I think so.
Yeah, man. I know you've been talking about how you want to put together an analog video editing, like, hardware setup just for fun, but
if I had more space, I would definitely do it.
Yeah, if you were still living in college and in like old college houses with roommates and stuff, dude, your room would definitely be an analog video editor. I can see it. Like, I know what it would look like. When we lived together in college, that definitely would have been your room. Ooh, keyboards.
Here's a microKORG. These are cool little full synthesizers.
Yeah.
Just mini.
Really, really, really tempting. The keys don't feel good, but all those knobs are just, oh. Here's the junk section. Lots of games here.
Look at all of it.
They had so many games in the junk section here. It was just nuts. We were like, okay, we got to go to the next store. We do not have time, but I just wanted to. Because you can get great games for so cheap in these sections if you look, but there's just too many to get a good look through. We did it, though. We pulled it off. There's me.
Yeah, even though it's called the junk section, a lot of the stuff, it's not tested. A lot of it works.
Yep. Oh.
And it's super cheap.
There's our Zavix stuff. Bowling.
You got bowling,
boxing,
baseball, boxing, the whole kit and caboodle for under $90. What a steal.
What a steal. Definitely want it. Oh.
And look at this. Somebody sold their whole karaoke 8-track tape collection.
I wasn't here when you saw this.
I think you were looking at the games.
I was.
It has a shiny little microphone.
Dude.
It's got a bunch of old.
It was 100 yen, right?
Music. Yeah, 100 yen.
God, that's worth it almost just to have. But that's too big. God, that's cool.
And it has a little songbook too. You got what you need to go start a karaoke business in Japan.
So I did actually get this. I took like 3 different junk section copies of Final Fantasy IX and pieced together a good condition one with instructions and everything. And this hard off was cool. I think all the hard offs we went to this day were like it, but anything without a label in the junk section was 100 yen. So we got a lot of like really sweet deals. One Piece. Yep. Ooh. Oh yeah. Look at Excite Shooting.
Why didn't we buy this?
I don't know. It's for PC. Look at how fast these little spaceships are going. They're zooming along, man.
They're blazing.
They're zippity zooping. We should have bought that. Oh. What do we got in here? I see some Derby Stallion. That's a good sign.
Yeah, man. Horse intelligence.
Horse intelligence. Look at it. There it is. Very intelligent.
If that doesn't make any sense to you, we made a video ranking game shops you can check out on our channel. We have a key component of our ranking scale is called the horse intelligence factor. So the ratio of horse betting games to brain training games on the DS.
Yep.
I guess other systems too, but you usually come across the brain training games on the DS.
Yeah, there's so many of them on DS specifically. And I remember that being a big deal even outside Japan. Like, everybody was about Brain Age. But there weren't so many games aside from Brain Age. Like, God, all these DSs, these are... Man,
Some of them work.
I worked at a game store, and we had so many DSs come in like that. Like, especially the DS Lite, because the outer case was clear, gunk would get underneath that, and you couldn't clean it out. It was just, there forever. Some box Super Famicom games for like 100 yen. Carts, more carts, more carts. PlayStation 2. If we were recording this like a month ago, this store would have taken us like half a day. But we've done it enough now that we know what we're looking for, thankfully, because we needed to get a lot done this day. And
we're a bit more systematic about it.
It's true. I'll be digging through the games while he's looking at the hardware and the weird like electronic stuff, and then he comes back and we get footage of all the stuff that's worth talking about.
This little Game Boy battery pack is cool.
I had one of these actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a real jank. Because it was a rechargeable... You can
also use it for power?
It was a rechargeable battery. That was the recharging thing. You had to plug it into a wall to recharge it.
That's super cool.
And you would carry it, and you would plug the Game Boy in, like a Game Boy AC adapter, into that thing to play the Game Boy. It was basically like a rechargeable USB battery you carry around now.
Sorry, you keep talking, but I'm looking at this cool frog game.
Dude,
wondering what it is. I want to know.
It's a golf game where you hit little froggies with your golf club, and they hippity hop along into the golf hole.
Did we buy this?
No, we bought it at another one, I think. It was actually released, the PS2 sequel to this was released in the US as Ribbit King, I believe it was called.
If one of us doesn't own this, I will be very sad.
We'll find it again if not. It's pretty fun actually. It's a solid golf game. I played
you put it back, the little froggy? You put the little froggy back.
Because it was all jank because it was missing instructions and stuff. Yeah, man.
And a Western Super Nintendo for $90.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh?
Okay, so here I'm checking. You can see the AC adapter model number there, HVC002. So now I'm on my mission to find the AC adapter for my new type Famicom.
And we were thinking...
What do we have here?
And
it's promising.
Yeah.
HVC002, I found it.
And I was thinking that Kyle would buy that Famicom Model 2 and like find an AC adapter maybe a couple weeks down the road at a different store, but same store, same day.
Same exact store.
Yeah.
They could have bundled them together and probably charged close to twice the price.
But for some reason they didn't, so good job, hard off. Game Boy games, Kyle's department.
Yep. Just a tub of Game Boy games.
There was nothing. Yeah.
Nothing really jumped out too much. You see a lot of the same stuff all over the place. Yeah. Sometimes you find some gems in there.
Some box stuff. Yeah, when you get into the like boxed stuff Yoshi's Story, I set that aside because I was interested in it, and I actually did end up buying this 100 yen for a complete in-box Yoshi's Story for N64.
It's a fun game. It's what we like to call warm blanket games in the biz.
It also has the best title screen music of all time. Yep.
Yep.
We sang that for the entire walk back to the station.
It's a dating sim of some type.
Sweet. Crown Shinchan, yeah.
For 100 yen, I maybe should have bought it, but I've heard 4 is the only one of those games that's really worth playing.
Yeah, I remember you putting that back and like, I don't need this, nope, don't need this. You had to like convince yourself. Animal Crossing, cool.
100 yen.
Speaking of Animal Crossing, look at all them GameCube games. Speaking of Animal Crossing, I watched
I didn't have my Wii yet, otherwise I would have bought like half of those. Probably.
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at this old radio / turntable.
It's pretty sweet. It probably doesn't work, but it's still really, really cool.
It's completely impractical for a Tokyo apartment, but fun to look at.
And $100.
Here's an HTC Vive for $500.
God.
Be cool to have, but...
What even is this?
It's a VR headset.
Oh, cool.
Alright, so here's our haul. Quite a lot of stuff this time.
It is.
I found the Pokemon Go ripoff Playcom Go Conky. Definitely going to open that up and try out some of the weird 30 games that came on it.
Yeah.
For the Super Famicom, I got Torneko, the roguelike. Got a few of the Simple Series games, including the pricey shooting game. I was feeling fancy that day.
Kyle was a big Mr. Moneybucks.
And I made one of my dreams come true. Got the new type Famicom. the dog bone controllers for under 6,000 yen, which was my price that I said that I would go in for a complete console with the 2 controllers. And guess what?
What?
Found the AC adapter in the junk section for like $5, and I'm ready to roll.
Have you tried it out yet?
Tried it out. Works like a charm.
Yeah, love it.
What'd you get, Zachy boy?
I got the Final Fantasy IX that I was talking about in the junk section. That's on the bottom left there. And then above that is a game we did not show in the video, but it's Parasite Eve. I found it for 100 yen. What was it? Austin Eruption is a YouTuber. He made a video about Parasite Eve, how it's based on like a novel and a movie, and it seemed interesting. I never played it. It was like the Square Resident Evil thing, so I decided to pick that up. And then above that, you see Dragon Quest 1 and 2 for Game Boy Color. Got that in the box. And then on the right there, you see the little Hard-Off logo. Those are magnets.
Oh, yeah. Almost forgot about those bad boys.
Yeah, they were for sale. They just had a bin of them, like, in the electronics or somewhere, and they were like 54 yen a piece for magnets. We bought like 5 of them because we love Hard-Off. We're going to stick them on everything.
So that was a real cool haul that day.
It was. We got a lot of stuff, and we still went to 2 more stores this day, which will be upcoming episodes. So, I mean, like, we got a lot of stuff.
So if you liked what you saw, if you had as much fun as we had doing it, then definitely stick around. Stay tuned on the channel for more hauls like this, as well as other stuff. Like, what have you been working on, Zach?
We're going to actually have a new video in the Roguelike Retrospectives series on 3 in television roguelikes. A couple of them are Dungeons and Dragons, one's another different one. That should be coming up really soon. But that's what I got going on for our wonderful video YouTube channel.
And not too far in the future, you can expect a playthrough of an obscure Japan-only release of a legendary horror manga on a handheld console.
Nice.
Among other things, so stick around for lots of fun stuff.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell and comment and like and share it on Twitter and on Facebook and tell your pets and your girlfriends and boyfriends and mothers and fathers, and just spread the word that we're doing cool stuff if you like it.
We appreciate it a lot.
We do.
And leave a comment. We love to see your comments. Like, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
We respond to all of them, so definitely hop in there and give us a shout out. We'll talk to you.
As always, thanks for watching, and keep on rolling, baby.
Keep on rolling, broby.
See ya.
Later.